So today is finally the day that the chickens are gonna move into their new coop. So we are just gonna get it cleaned up, get all our tools and stuff out of there, and lay down the shavings and bring them in. I'll give you a quick tour. Now the only thing I wish we had done a little different. So when we were designing the coop, we wanted it to be as efficient as we needed it for working. Everything we did in terms of design was for that purpose, and so it was easy for us to do kind of everything in one spot without making it more difficult than it needed to be. The shed is 10 by 16. The chickens are going to be in this half, and then the plan was that Bear, our livestock guardian dog, was going to stay in the other half here. We're not sure if that's if he's gonna stay in the barn now at night or not. There's a bit more room for him there. He seems to be really good with the chickens, but we're gonna see how that goes. I'll give you a quick tour. So the way we've done it, we have divided the coop into two sections, with a third section that I can cut off to have younger chicks in when we need it, but when we don't have younger chicks, we can open it up to make the one section larger. One area that is 8 by 3, and then another area that is 8 by 7. The 8 by 7 area has the nesting boxes here and here. Underneath is where we're going to have the food station. I built a little base so that the food doesn't get full of shavings and the water gets all clogged with shaving. We're gonna be able to come in onto this side of the coop without having to go where the chickens actually are, stepping in all the shavings. We're gonna be able to collect eggs, feed them, do everything from this one main area, which I love. For the nesting boxes, we did them so that the doors open from the side instead of the top, so that we're not scaring the chickens if they are in there. And I just went to the dollar store and picked up bins so that I can put the shavings in. It's easy to clean out and keeps everything a little bit neater. The other thing that we did was we had extra horse stall matting, so we threw that down on the floor, and that is just going to help insulate the coop a little bit better for the winter, and it's going to make it easier to clean, so it'll protect the wood floor underneath. Got a door here. We also built a ledge at the bottom to hold in shavings. And the reason we did this is we actually use the deep litter method. For those of you who don't know what the deep litter method is, you put down an initial layer of 4 to 6 inches of shavings, and then as it gets dirty, not by visual, but from the smell. Once you start smelling the chickens, that's your indication you need to top up the shavings. We do another layer of shavings on top, and if done correctly, you shouldn't smell the chickens. Doing the deep litter method requires you to clean it out twice, the coop, in a year. So it is time efficient, it is material efficient. Essentially what happens is, George is excited to get in here. Essentially what happens, as the chicken manure is added to the shavings, it slowly becomes compost. So it starts compressing down. You add more shavings, and over time, it will start composting. And then in the spring, you clean it all out. So Julia wanted to make sure that this was gonna be a fun area for her chickens. So why don't you tell them what we did?
So we got baby toys so then we can peck at it. We got a mirror.
So we just picked this stuff up at the dollar store, and we got a rattle, and they like red, so it's got a little Elmo with some rings on it so that they can peck at it. It makes some noise, and it's just for mental stimulation for them, gives them something to do. Boredom busters, especially in the winter when they're not going to want to go outside in the snow so much.
Yeah.
We made some little swings with some 2x4s, and same thing, just string from the dollar store.
And
we got logs from the forest just for perches for them and walk along. I just built with scrap wood and some hardware cloth on top, some shelves for the food and water to sit on top of, with a Rubbermaid bin lid to catch any food droppings that go down, any water that's spilled, so that it doesn't get all moldy and messy. So we are gonna fill this area. We just started bringing the shavings in, and so we're gonna bring the shavings in, and we're going to bring it up about 4 to 6 inches so that they have a good layer for the composting. Let's go get the other bag of shavings and get it ready and bring the chickens in. Another major benefit of the deep litter method is that it generates natural heat. So as the shavings are composting, it will help keep the coop warmer in the cold temperatures.
It's good.
So this is going to be Jeannie's area
With the chickens.
Because Julia doesn't want Jeannie subjected to roosters.
No.
So in this area, we've got nesting boxes up here.
Why is one
I have to go get the other box. Perches
roosting
here.
bars.
The logs. We have a swing. These are doors that swing out to go outside. For this third area, we have essentially a bench, so Bear will be able to go on top, but inside we have a section for food, which for the winter is not really gonna work so well because we should have made it a little bit bigger. That's only because the heated water dishes we use are actually heated dog bowls for outdoors. They take up a lot of room. A lot of this stuff too we picked up at the Restore. So Habitat for Humanity has a store that people donate items, and then if you buy it, it all helps out with their charity. So it's cheaper for us and it's helping out a charity all at the same time. So you can't go wrong with that. So in this area as well, I've got a roosting bar. So inside here, we've got this extra door, just if we need to open this door here, that it stops chickens from getting out. And then I just built a slider door here so that we can enclose this part if we need to for smaller chickens and open it up so that they can all have a bigger area when it's not in use. For chickens, drafts are really bad, really dangerous for them, but you need ventilation in a coop. So you don't want it to be airtight. The moisture will build up, ammonia will build up and can make them sick. So they need good ventilation so that they stay healthy. So left a vented area at the top along the sides that we've just covered with chicken wire, and this vent's right outside. Now the only thing I wish we had done a little different, I wish I had done the nesting boxes lower than the roosting bars, and the reason for that is chickens want to be on the highest area at night for roosting, and so they're going to want to roost in these nesting boxes. So I'm gonna have to think of something about that, how to maybe block it off or something for night.
Climbing on there.
Flora is perched on the water dish and
She always does. She always
stood in it. Doesn't just drink like normal. Jeannie is checking the place out.
Thanks. She wants to go into the other side to where hey hi. Yeah. Come here. Yeah. Come. Go up there.
So I just still have to make the base so that it's not slippy for them.
Yeah. But I mean,
in this coop, but it's gonna be cold tomorrow, so we want to get them in. And I gotta hang this water dish or the food dish. Otherwise,
she's literally just nudging it with her. She's like,
I know. I feel like until I get a hook ready for that, we should probably put it on the ground. I feel like they're into it. All right, let's go get the others. All in all, I'm really happy how this turned out. Scott and our friend built the outside. My mom and I did the inside. It's taken longer than we initially thought, but I think it's going to be really good and really efficient for us. go ahead and hit subscribe, like, and the notification bell. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Barn Boots and Country Roots. But before you go, check out our other videos. This will be a challenge, but I think it'll be fun. Look for a video from us every day in the month of December.